If you chose pile one, here is your reading. We're going to first start with, oh my goodness, you guys. That is literally the star, the star in question. You actually might be a Pleiadian starseed. If you have felt that in your life, that's resonated with you, that is your divine sign that this is your time, honey. And even if you're not necessarily resonating with the starseed, maybe you are like, I don't even know what that means, or perhaps you thought that you were another starseed, right? A different one. Either way, specific this specific star really wants to pour into you by name, by name. So I would encourage you to take the time to read up about the Pleiades, take the time to gather information, right? That's another thing with Gemini energy as well. Since we are moving into Gemini season, I do want to honor that. I don't think it's any coincidence that something so powerful like a portal happens during a space where you can gather a lot of information, insight, and communication and messages through that Gemini energy. I do think that there is a huge need and call for more information and to gather more insight or understanding about what your spiritual gift is, what you're here to bring to the collective, and understanding that you are absolutely here for a reason, for a mission, right? And I know it sounds crazy, of course, right? Because to be real, all of us are here for a reason, of course. There are certain types of people that are called to almost vibrate higher, that are called to have a harder life assignment in some cases, to really dig in deep into their own soul, spirit, and uncover their truth, because their truth unlocks the truth of so many others. And I do feel very much that spirit is really wanting to hone in on you, pile one, to let you know that now is the time, that now is the time to really get clear on who it is that you are and own that in all aspects of your life. Okay, so if you've been feeling that, that is definitely your confirmation. If you have been timid, your confirmation now, or your message now, is to stand tall, stand firm, and be everything that you are called to be. Moving on. That's so cool. Moving on, we're going to go ahead and get a message from your ancestors, your guides. And so we're going to go ahead. Oh my God. Yeah, so exactly what I was saying. I haven't seen these cards, you guys. I literally just shuffled, laid them out, and was like, yo, here, press, record. Look at you guys. This is the Chariot of Ascension. The Chariot of Ascension, spiritual work of the higher initiate. Yeah, you guys, you are absolutely connected. This is absolutely your time. This is your time plugging in. And if you are listening to this after the Alcyone alignment, that's okay. This found you exactly when it was time to find you. So key in on the word alignment, right? Sometimes you won't hear it right away. Sometimes you have to hear it at the right time. And so spirit really wants to kind of put a little bit of a highlight on that, or an underline there, to understand that everything in due time, right? So if this doesn't, well, I do want to say too, if this doesn't resonate with you at all and you're like, this is so weird and batshit, this was not your pile. This is for my people that are really like, oh my God, I knew it. You know what I mean? Like, holy crap, I'm getting hot. I felt a surge of energy rush through my veins when she pulled the first card, right? And it's just like, oh my gosh, right? Like finally, I finally feel validated in all of the hunches and messaging and that I've ever picked up on all my life, right? Into this a little deeper, and I might do that. I don't know how yet. I haven't figured that out yet, just because I'm still learning a lot too, about how the consciousness, your consciousness, when you go to sleep, let's see if I can figure this out right now. When you go to sleep and you dream, the understanding is that there is no separation really between your consciousness and your subconscious. Your subconscious is always with you, whether you're asleep or awake. It's just that when you're asleep, the subconscious is able to come alive and talk to you, and that's what dreams are, right? And so in a way, if you you know in a way, you're not, yeah, you're allowing your body to rest so that you can receive messages or downloads. So let's say that you might not be able to do dream work because I don't know, for whatever, you work graveyards or something. There's something hindering that, or like it's very hard for you to sleep. Maybe it's something you struggle with, insomnia. Their nighttime might not be the time for you. And I want to encourage you, if that is the case, that there are other ways that you can tap into your subconscious, even if you're not necessarily dreaming, because your subconscious is with you all the time. So whatever that might look like, whether it's through a spiritual bath, through a meditation, through an intentional like smoking ceremony for yourself, right? Whatever that looks like, there's definitely something that wants to have a like it's coming across as like a conversation. There's something that needs to move out of the way so that you can have a conversation. There's like a blockage, perhaps, but something that really needs to come through, a message that needs to be delivered, or even just believed in. Is all about the Merkaba, which is a sacred vehicle that spins counterclockwise and clockwise at the same time, but very much like our subconscious and subconscious and consciousness, right? And it spins, your energetic body gets in, and it's almost like lucid dreaming, right? It takes you up and shoots you through all these other spaces, right? And there's a meditation that you can do with it. I would encourage you to look into the Merkaba and understand what that is. It's Merka, Merkaba. Girl, it was not that hard. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and get your, I feel like I've spent a lot of time on pile one because I'm just like so valid with pile one right now. But let's go ahead and get your plant magic here. And it is comfrey, which is completion. And this one I'm going to read. I'm going to read this one out of the book for you, just a little blurb, because I think it's important. However, it is like automatically giving Aurora Borealis, Ouroboros. I always get Aurora Borealis and the Ouroboros, snake biting its own tail, confused. It's giving that, it's giving High Priestess energy. Hecate is coming through on this as well. Capricorn energy, of course. And it's also portals, very high on portals. So you might be somebody who's an astral projector. You might already do that. I might not be telling you any new information at all. You may be, or you might be very interested in it, but have been hesitant. This is your sign, baby. Go for it. Like heavily go for it. You might be a timeline jumper. You might be all into quantum leaping and all of that stuff. That would make sense to me. Okay, so I said I was going to read it, but I don't actually have the book right here. Oh yeah, I do. Just kidding. Okay, so that's number 32. So achievement, completion of cycle, success, closure, completion of a long journey, wholeness, and mending. Yeah, this reminds me of the higher initiate, spiritual work for the higher initiate. You've been initiated into something, and it's time for you to kind of be in that space and like own it. Let's see, and this is ruled by Saturn. So the guidance with Comfrey is, Comfrey represents wholeness, completion, and closure of a great cycle. The wreath symbolizes a cycle containing the energy of the past, present, and future, hovering over the clouds to note how the foundations of all cycles are grounded in mystery. Comfrey majestically grows in the center, representing the axis mundi, the sacred heart, the sacred will that pulses the great mystery. Comfrey has appeared today to signal that a great cycle is nearing completion. Stay aligned as you continue to prune and heal the garden of the self. Look closely into repeated patterns, persons, or situations that keep showing up in your life. Draw upon Comfrey's power to mend and find wholeness in lessons and patterns that need closure. That is so brilliant. I love that for you guys, but it is not lost on me at all that you guys definitely have already been on a path, on a journey, and I'm so excited to see what that brings for you, because what brings you joy brings us joy, right? What brings you joy brings the collective joy and raises the vibration for us all, and you know that, baby. So thank you so much, Pile One, for your service, and that's all.